Most people don't actually know how to use AI. It's a powerful tool that can make your life easier. And if you learn to use it properly and truly master it, it can put you ahead of 99% of people and potentially make you millions. Most people assume they're falling behind on AI because the technology is too complex. That feels logical. But the real gap isn't in understanding what AI does. It's in knowing how to use it. There's a common belief that AI tools are already smart enough to deliver great results if you just ask the right question. That if you type something clearly, the output should be useful. And sometimes it is, but more often what comes back feels generic. Surface level. Like it could have been written for anyone. That's because it was. AI becomes powerful only when it understands who it's working for. Without context, it has nothing to shape its thinking around. It doesn't know your role, your goals, the constraints you're working within, or the tone that matters to you. So it defaults to the average. And the average rarely moves anything forward. Think about how most people use AI. They open a blank chat, they type a question, they get an answer, then they close it and start fresh the next time. Every interaction begins from zero. The tool never learns. It never remembers. So the person has to re-explain themselves over and over, hoping this time the output will be closer to what they actually need. What that costs isn't obvious at first. But over weeks, it adds up. Time spent rewriting prompts. Frustration with shallow answers. The slow realization that the tool isn't saving time, it's just adding another layer of work. Imagine someone asks you to help them write something, but they won't tell you who they are, what they're trying to accomplish, or who they're speaking to. You'd have to guess. And your guess would probably miss. That's what happens when AI has no context. A master prompt changes that. It acts like a brain download. It stores everything the AI needs to know about you in one place. Your role, your priorities, the way you think, the outcomes you care about. Once that exists, every response becomes personalized, not because the AI is smarter, but because it finally knows what to optimize for. The smartest approach is letting the AI ask the questions. Instead of guessing what context matters, it can interview you. Pull out the details that shape how you work. Build the master prompt for you. That process replaces what used to require a consultant and hours of back and forth. It compresses discovery into minutes. But context alone isn't the full picture. Behavior matters too. Knowing who someone is doesn't tell you how they want the conversation to go. That's where system prompts come in. System prompts define how AI thinks and responds, not just what it knows. They set the rules, the tone, the structure, whether it asks clarifying questions or assumes intent, whether it pushes back or validates. Most poor output isn't a failure of the technology. It's a failure of the instructions. The fastest way to build elite system prompts is to reverse engineer them. Start with an output that's already perfect. Then ask the AI to write the prompt that would have created it. That turns intuition into instruction. And those instructions become reusable. They become intellectual property. In the future, businesses won't be defined by code. They'll be defined by their prompts, the systems they've encoded, the thinking they've made repeatable. But even great prompts break down if the workflow is chaotic. That's where projects come in. Instead of scattering context across dozens of conversations, everything lives in one structured workspace. The AI remembers. It builds on what came before. Decision-making becomes faster because the tool already knows what matters. Messy inputs create messy outputs. Structure fixes that. And when structure is in place, iteration becomes possible. Canvases solve the biggest frustration with AI: the constant need to regenerate. Instead of starting over, you refine. You adjust tone, tighten structure, shift a section, without losing what already works. Iteration beats perfection. The real power is in the adjustments. Over time, patterns emerge. Certain phrasing works. Certain structures land. When that happens, custom instructions lock it in. The AI stops sounding like a chatbot and starts sounding like you. Permanently. The final evolution is custom agents. Specialized tools that handle repeatable tasks consistently without needing to be reprompted every time. They're not general purpose. They're built for one thing, and they do it the same way, every time. Getting ahead with AI isn't about access to better tools. It's about systems. The people who win are the ones who organize their thinking, encode it into prompts, and let AI scale it. The gap widens quietly, not because some people are smarter, but because they built infrastructure.